Hello students, today we are going to study the last part of your unit 1's chapter benzene and derivative. So the last point is structure and uses of some of the benzene and its homologous derivative, isn't it? Before this we have finished the subpart C, that is the substituent effect on reactivity and orientation of monosubstituted benzene compounds, isn't it? So especially we have understood how the already present substituent on the benzene ring will going to direct the incoming electrophile at various positions. So we have learned that the two kinds of the effect which are mainly going to operate, these effects are the orientation effect and the activity effect, isn't it? So orientation and the activity effect is displayed by a substituent which is already present onto the benzene ring. So after understanding all these effect, then the last part of this of the syllabus is the structure and uses of DDT, then BHC, saccharin, and chloramine T, isn't it? Okay. Now let us concentrate on the first example, that is structure and uses of DDT, isn't it? So if you look at the structure that is shown in this PPT, so this is the structure of the DDT, isn't it? Okay. So now the long form of the DDT is dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane, isn't it? So it is one of the benzene homolog, or it contains the aromatic system benzene. Okay, so this we are going to study the uses, structure and uses of individual of this organic compound. Okay, so first one is the DDT, dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. So it is a colorless, tasteless, and almost odorless crystalline compound. It was first synthesized in 1874 by Austrian chemist Othmar Zidler. So it was the birth time of this DDT. So its insecticidal action was discovered by the Swiss chemist Paul Hermann Muller in 1939. So this discovery was a game changer because as it has insecticidal property, most of the countries have used DDT for the taking the control on the insects, especially the mosquitoes. So how this DDT is going to act as a insecticidal? So in insects, this DDT opens the sodium channels in neurons, causing them to fire spontaneously, which leads to spasm and eventual the death. So that was the main mechanism behind the death of the insects. In 1955, WHO commenced a program to eradicate malaria in countries with low to moderate transmission rate worldwide. And the program was completely relied on DDT for the mosquito control, isn't it? And it was found that when they have used the DDT in such areas where there is very less emergence, or there is no emergency of a to control the disease, or there is less population of the mosquitoes is there, so at that areas they have used the DDT, and at that time they have got a very good success. So this was the DDT, but after this time the use of the DDT was limited because it was found that most of the insects, they have uh, developed a resistance against this DDT, and therefore its use was then discontinued. Then also it was found that this compound is also entering into the food chain, and that was the alarming situation. So at this point of time we are not using DDT for insecticidal purpose. So this is all about the information of the DDT. Now the next organic compound that we need to look at is the benzene hexachloride. Short form is the BHC, or it is also called as the lindane. Okay, so it is the BHC, that is benza hexachloride, or it is called as the linden. Now look at the structure. Look at the structure of benzene hexachloride. Okay, four chlorines which are coming towards us and the two chlorines which are going away from us, isn't it? So let us see the information of this BHC. So it is originally synthesized in 1825 by Faraday. Dutch chemist Tunus van der Linden, the first to isolate and describe this compound in 1912. So Linden, so the name is given like the name of the scientist to this compound. So it is used both as an agricultural insecticide, as an pharmaceutical treatment for lice and scabies. That is the main use of this benzene hexachloride, isn't it? So scabies is the one of the dermal disease, isn't it? It is going to show its presence onto the skin. Lice is also the same. So linden is a neurotoxin that interfere with the GABA neurotransmitter, function by interfering with the GABA receptor chloride channel at the picrotoxin binding site, isn't it? So it is going to bind at the picrotoxin binding site, and thereby it is having the lethal action. In human, linden affects the nervous system, liver, kidney, as well as it is the proven carcinogen. Okay, though it is used for the lice and the scabies, it is its main use, but rather than it is also a proven carcinogen. It is also having its effect on nervous system, liver, as well as onto the kidney. Okay, so this is all about the benzene hexachloride. Okay, so next compound in our discussion is the saccharin. Okay, so saccharin, most of you have heard about this compound, saccharin, isn't it? This saccharin is the heterocyclic compound. What it is? It is the heterocyclic compound. So its name is 1,1-dioxo 1,2-benzo thiazole 3-one. So now it is discovered in 1879 by Fahlberg, and it is a cyclic sulfimide. Look at the structure of the saccharin. We are calling it as a cyclic sulfimide. It is the cyclic sulfimide, isn't it? Okay. So now let us see its uses. It is an artificial FDA approved sweetener, isn't it? So I think there are total of 5 sweeteners are there which are have provided the recommendation from the WHO. So this is the information that I have got from the web sources. So it is artificial FDA approved sweetener which is 300 to 400 times sweeter than the sucrose, but it is going to impart the unpleasant bitter after taste. That is the main what you can say, the aftertaste effect we are getting for the saccharin. So its uses include the anti-foaming agent as well as the coagulating agent, dispersive agent, then emulsifier, flotation agents, foaming agents, viscosity adjuster. These are some of the pharmaceutical uses of this saccharin. So it is also used as an additive in spices, extracts, colorings, flavors, etc., and is added to food for the human consumption. So these are some of the uses and the structure of the saccharin. Isn't it? So it is quite simple. And the last one in our discussion is the chloramine T. Okay, so first look at the structure of the chloramine T. So if you look at the structure of chloramine T, you will going to observe that its structure is like sulfonamide, isn't it? What is the meaning of sulfonamide? The benzene ring, then SO2 group, and then NH2 group. So that is the sulfonamide, isn't it? So now, if you look this structure, so its structure is similar to the sulfonamide. So what is its actual name? So name is the sodium chloro 4-methyl phenyl sulfonyl azanide, isn't it? So chloramine T, its name is sodium chloro 4-methyl phenyl sulfonyl azanide. So it's mainly used as a personal care product including the cosmetics, shampoo, perfumes, soaps, lotions, as well as in the toothpastes. So all these are the personal care products. And the last use is that chloramine T is used as a reagent in organic synthesis. That is the use in the organic chemistry. So now these are your total 4 to 5 examples given in the syllabus which we need to understand its structure as well as the uses. So detailed information we will share during our interaction.